My name is Ibrahim, and I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I grew up in the suburbs. With 3 older siblings, so I guess you could say I was the punching bag of the family. And actually, in my neighborhood, we were one of 4 non-white families, and out of those 4, we were one of 2 brown families. So if you want to talk about diversity factor, it wasn't exactly there. But see, I didn't realize we were different. See, growing up, I was always the kid there, and I played with everyone just like every other kid, but I didn't realize that I was different. See, I went to school with all these kids, and I had playdates with all these kids, and I played sports with all these kids, but as I got older, something felt different. See, I was the only brown kid in my class, I was the only brown kid in my grade, and even when the whole school called to assembly with over 300 kids was there, I was the only brown kid there. And so, you can understand how a little boy didn't really understand how he fit in here. And so, when I was young, I kind of realized that this would mean that I would have to work extra hard. And what I mean by that is that everyone has their staircases through life. Some with more steps than others, but it's a journey that everyone is going to have to take. And it just so happened that the people around me had smaller staircases than me. They had less steps in their journey. And I started to wonder why. Why is it that they have less steps? What did they have that I didn't? Well, what did they have? Well, they had the money. Take away 10 steps. They had the social power. Take away another 10 steps. And worst of all, they had something I couldn't control. They had the right skin color. Take away 30 steps. And so, you can imagine me as a young boy, I would sit at the bottom of my staircase and see how long of a journey I had up, how many more steps I had to climb. And so I started to question, what do I have? What do I have that can make this journey just a little bit smaller? How can I take away a few steps? Well, what did I have? Low income and unemployed parents. What does that get me? Add 10 steps. All right, well, listen, I'm a first-generation Canadian. I'm lucky. I made it. What does that get me? Add 20 steps. Okay, well, listen, I have something that no one will ever be able to take away from me. I'm a brown Muslim, and I'm proud to be here. Societal staircase, what does that get me? Add 30 steps. See, I would just get asked more questions for the same positions, more looks for being the only brown kid in the room, and more ignorance from the people that thought my opinion didn't matter because of my skin color. And so, all those uncontrollable factors like race and religion, they drove me to change all the things that I could control. See, so I went to school every day and I tried out for every single sports team. I wanted to be the athlete. Everyone loves the athlete. And then I would go to class and I would try so hard and let no one know that I was trying. I wanted to have it all up here. And at recess, I would go up and I would play with these kids and I would untuck my shirt and be one of the cool kids because I wanted to be a part of something bigger. The sad reality is that I mistook that for acceptance. See, I had to try to be the best at everything, and I tried to please everyone around me, but it was never truly me. And that was something that happened all the time. I remember it so clearly in grade 8. You know how stressful grade 8 can be with all the crazy work we get, okay? I was so excited for lunch that day. You know why? Because my mom had packed last night's samosas with amli and chutney. Oh, just a taste of heaven. And so I was so excited for lunch. I sat down with my dinosaur lunch kit, I unzipped it, I took up my samosa, I dipped it in sauce, I put it up to my mouth, and right before I could take a bite, my friend said, "Ew, Ali's home food smells like dog food, get it away!" And so, with this samosa, just centimeters away from my mouth, I felt all the eyes turn to me. And I had a split second to make my decision. What was I going to do? And you know, looking back, I wish that I took the biggest bite of that samosa and I said, "That's me, this is me." But that's not what happened. See, what happened was I took that samosa and I saw everyone looking at me and I thought to myself, no, I can't make myself more different than I already am. And so what I did was I threw it away. No questions asked, and my life went on as normal as it could get. And don't get me wrong, I'm not ungrateful for where I am. I'm so privileged right now to be talking to you, to be speaking to you. I'm so privileged to be here. But it is my duty to this country and to this continent to dream. And it is my duty to this place that I call home to push for a better future. See, we are all at the bottom of our staircases. Some of us here are actually in the middle, some of us may be closer to the top, but we are all still on this journey. Some staircases may be longer than others, some may have twists and turns, and some may have steps that we just need to leap over. But that is why we are all here. We are here to make friends, and we are here to make family. And suddenly when I climb up my staircase with my friends, it doesn't feel so lonely. My staircase doesn't even seem like a challenge when I have a family to support me. See, we're all on our staircases, and we are all on our journey. We all have different staircases, and we all have different steps to take, but we can take those together. And I promise, side by side, that we will reach the top of our staircases, and we will one day be able to reach back and help the next person climbing up behind us. Because change doesn't start out there sometime in the future, no. Change starts right here, right now, and change starts with you. Thank you.